Hi, this is Shirley from Shirley's World. I tried to find a better place to film this, but it's hard, and this light is very glaring coming through the window. I hope it's not too much of a glare on my glasses. But I thought I'd come on. I did do a video that's ready to be edited, and it's mostly about I took some video out at the barn yesterday, and I went outside today and shot some video. So I am going to put that on. As soon as I get done with this, I think I'll go in and edit that, and it'll be on after this one sometime. I don't know, whenever I get it edited. Sometimes it takes me a long time, depending how fancy I want to get. Yeah, I've been watching Becky Park. Becky Park, she sells on Poshmark mostly, and she started to sell on eBay recently. But her and her husband, her whole family, they're at home too. They're not leaving the house except to pick up things that they need. I think she picked up dinner one night. But she's doing a daily vlog, just mostly for something to do and to keep her name up there, probably on YouTube. And I thought, since there's a lot of people at home, hi Bumblebee, I'm glad you saw I was on. Because I didn't announce it anyplace else. I know you don't go on Facebook anyway, so yeah, I took your advice and came on to do a video. And yeah, I did. Like I said, I recorded one, and that'll be on later or whenever I get it edited. And then I decided, well, I'd come on and do a live one. May not be that long, but I was going to try to do the one outside and to the barn with my GoPro camera. I could not find my GoPro. I had put everything to do with GoPro in a box. And then when we were cleaning up things in the dining room, that's where it was all in a box. And Teresa was helping me straighten up. This was a few weeks ago. And of course, I put it some safe place. But I did finally find it. I did find it. And so thank goodness I do have it. Oh, Sue, you're here too. Good. So I found my GoPro. The battery in it has to be replaced. One is plugged in. I have 3 batteries, one in the camera, and then 2 I keep in the charger. So I have to replace that. So I just used my iPhone to go outside this morning and at the barn. And I did make some goofs at the barn. When I thought it was, one time when I thought it was filming, of course it wasn't. And that was the one that I wanted to get the most. I had taken carrots out to the horses. I always take carrots and apples, but this time I bought them the kind of carrots that still have all the greens on, and they love that. They love the greens of the carrots too. So I had filmed what I thought I was filming of them eating those big carrots with the greens. And of course, I must have pushed the button twice, which turned it on, then turned it off. So that was one that didn't come up, but there's more film out there. And then I filmed this morning of the birdies outside, and a few things coming up in my garden already. So I don't know. I wrote a few things about here. When I had groceries delivered the other day, and I had ordered from Giant Eagle, Of course, I ordered like 10 cans of whole kernel corn. And that's for the chickens when it's cold out. So I have, God knows I have enough corn for them. I don't think it's going to be freezing cold that much longer. It was 60 degrees this afternoon here, but now a cold front's coming through and it's going to be 30 tonight. So, yay, Ohio. But one thing I notice I'm running out of, and I'm going to have to put another order in someplace. Maybe I'll try Aldi again for the home delivery. I need milk, I need cream, and I need maple syrup. I only have that much in the bottom of my maple syrup bottle. I use the real maple syrup, okay, not the corn syrup flavored. I get it at Aldi because it's the best price for it. And I usually have extra bottles in the cupboard, but when I went to look to see if I had an extra bottle, I don't. Now, I cannot run out of maple syrup. I use it for a lot of things. Sometimes I use it just as my sweetener in my coffee or my tea. And I use it for my Eggos. I have to have my Eggos. When I don't eat oatmeal for breakfast, I have Eggos. It's a must. So, and of course, milk. Milk and half and half. They're a must too. So, yeah. Yeah, we're having the same weather, Sue. You just get it a few hours after us. It got really windy. It rained a lot again, and that blew through. And I think the temperature maybe dropped 10 degrees, and then it's going to, I think another front's coming through later, and it's going to get cold. Not freezing, but near freezing. And yeah. Now the barn is supposed to be empty again of people tomorrow. So I'm thinking of maybe going out tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. So no rain tomorrow till much later, I think they said. So I may go out tomorrow. I may not. Something came across when I was first getting up this morning. You know how when you open your phone, there's all these things come on. And one caught my eye. It was something from a veterinarian source. And it said something about you also have to stay 6 feet away from your dog. What? That's not going to happen. That's where I draw the line. Maybe that's if your dog is handled with a lot of other people. But my dog is here by myself. It's like my child. I mean, you couldn't tell mothers not to touch their kids or to stay 6 feet away from their little kids, right? So I don't know where that was from. It might have been just a Facebook thing or whatever. But yeah, that's not going to happen. I can see where you could get it from a dog. If you were around a lot of people, somebody sneezed on your dog and then you touched it right away and, touched your face. Okay. But other than that, no, not when you're here by yourself with your dog. And my dog walker, I probably won't have her come back until after this catastrophe is over. I don't think it's good for her to be going in a bunch of homes either. But she's only in touch with the animals and not the people, so maybe it's okay. I'm sure she needs her dog. She's a self business too, Yeah, I sure do need my dog. You need them to keep you calm, even though I have problems with anxiety. and I don't want to use up all my Xanax. I'll never be able to sleep. So I am really limiting what I go on and watch as far as the president when he comes on every day. I just want to see the highlights, which they're over in the first few minutes, or you can watch afterwards. They just do a summary. And I think the biggest thing today was New York City is pretty much shut down, in quarantine, in lockdown. Yeah, New York City. I think it started today. But I was just getting that sort of from the summary. I watched him just a short while, but as soon as they start with the blaming, and I did this best, I turned it off. There's no sense blaming. It's done now. Yeah, China should have told everybody right away, but what's the sense in talking about it? You know, it's done. Let's see. I think being anxious, which I am trying to do meditation at least once a day, where I actually just lay down. I lay down. A lot of people just sit. I lay down on the couch, and I have a couple apps on my phone. One is called Calm. I've had it for a long time. I'll use it for a short period of time and then I'll forget about it. But right now, I really need that. So every day, I either go on Calm, or another one is 10% Happier. That's another one. They both are. Hi, Hickory. Hey. Yeah, that's another meditation one. I think it's a good idea to do to keep everybody from being so anxious about this, because if you listen about this constantly, it just really will get to you. So I would like to, I put music on other than tuning in this or at noontime to the president for a short time. I pretty much had 80s music going all day. I found something I was listening to 70s music, and there's a big difference between 60s music, which was way back, and it sort of made me, I don't know what you call it. It was making me depressed. It was making me remember too many things about how good things were back when we were real young. That shouldn't make you depressed, but so different from now. So then I changed it to listening to the 70s music for a while. And then that wasn't fast and happy enough. So I put 80s on, and 80s seems to be a good one. So I've had 80s music on for the last couple of days. It's off my satellite. It's a channel, it's music channel, all kinds of different things you can tune to. But that's what I've been listening to in the house. And yeah, you could exercise to it too. It's sort of when disco started, 80s and 90s, you know, you could sort of, you could dance. I mean, man, I by myself, I could dance. Getting some sort of exercise. It's so muddy outside. I tried to walk around in my video that I'm going to put on later. It's so muddy. Yeah. Hickory says, let me put you up here. Well, see, when I put you up, I don't have the full screen on because then I can't see the chat. So I can't see it any better up there, but you can. I'm still going out daily delivering food on the DoorDash and Grubhub. Ah, okay. My daughter was thinking of calling and seeing about that, about delivering, because they are hiring like Giant Eagle and the grocery stores, they're hiring people to do this because everybody wants to get their groceries delivered. Trying to be safe and using a ton of hand sanitizers. Yes. Yeah. I think I only have 2 containers of hand wipes, a couple hand sanitizers, but I'm not really going anyplace. But you can, when the mail lady, I notice she's wearing gloves, and even so, she's not changing her gloves all the time. So she's handling a lot of things. So when I go to after I go out and get my tub that I had put my packages in, I go out and get it off the deck, and I wipe down where she's touched around the handles and everything with the wipes before I touch it. It just makes you so paranoid, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm still doing fine. I take my temperature every day, though. I run really low. I never even reach 98. I've always had a low temperature. So I'm like 97.4, 97.6, something like that. Yeah, my daughter is she is not freaking out as much as she was, I have to say. Because she's pretty much decided her tickle in her throat and her sniffles and this and that are the same allergies she's had for years, So yeah, 97.6. Yeah, I've always run low like that. Yeah, I don't know what else. There isn't anything going on. I just don't feel, and this is part of this whole thing is depression. It makes you, especially when you're alone, if you don't really keep yourself busy, and by busy, it should be me doing eBay and Poshmark. I should be listing like crazy. I do have some things to list. I did take photographs, and I do have some things, some more things to photograph. I did measure them, and they're ready to list, but I just haven't felt like sitting down and actually listing, which does my business no good at all. But I have organized a few things where I have to be up, and moving around seems to be better for me right now. The thing that made me organize was when I lost my box of GoPro stuff. I had to hunt for it, and that made me figure out that I need to organize this and that. So I did get a few things organized. And another thing I feel like doing is cooking something or baking. Like I said, I think yesterday, I do feel like making a pot of soup or something. So I didn't put anything in the crock pot today. I should have done that this morning. But I do have a pizza for tonight. I had such a taste for pizza. It was after an ad came on that, because of course all the pizza places they're another one that's hiring the ones delivering pizza, because a lot of people are ordering their food, and pizza's a biggie, to order. So that pizza looks so good to me, and I have one in the freezer. So I think that's what I may make for supper today, pizza. Yeah. Yeah. You're 90, Sue, you're 97.4 too. Yeah. Yeah, we're not very hot, are we? Oh dear. Yeah, I was going to show you couple pictures when I used to paint. I found 2 of them. And my most favorite one was on the fireplace mantle that's now covered up by shelving in my eBay room, you know, where I have my big computer. And we put all that shelving unit right in front of that mantle. And I just figured my little picture, it's of a wood duck, is still there. So when I went behind there, because I could reach it if it was there, and it's all cleared off. We had cleared off the mantle before we put the shelving up, which was smart of us, but now I don't know where it is. Where could I have put it? It has to be someplace safe. It's my most favorite of all. So you'd think I'd put it in a place like this, in this cupboard, or I have a couple more cupboards like that. It's the first place I looked. You'd think I'd put it in, you know, Sue, the one I mean, that little wood duck. It's on a piece of bark or wood and then on a piece of stone. It's my favorite one. Yeah. So I can't find it, but if I do, I know it's here somewhere. But I'll show you this. This is of a cat we used to have. We used to have a couple Abyssinian cats. And this was one of them. And I'll show you what I mean about how I painted. Very realistic. Every little hair. Eyes are very important. And that's how I painted all the animals I did. I did all wildlife and dogs and cats and stuff. I did an awful lot of raccoons. Here's another one of a bunny. Am I holding that right? I don't know. It's a little bunny. This I framed and I have in one of my bathrooms. But every little hair, that's how I painted. Took a long time, but I had a brush that had like 3 hairs on it. I don't know if I even still have. I don't even know where I would look. In the basement someplace. I think I still have my painting stuff. I would have to get new paints, but as far as my brushes and things may still be there. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm really disturbed. There's another one too, and I saw it recently, so I know it's around. I just couldn't find it before I came on. It's a bigger picture. It's one of my bigger ones. And it's of 3 barn owls. And I don't know where I put that either. It's somewhere because I recently saw it and I just said to myself, oh, that's where that is. So wherever that is. Yeah. Yeah, I should have kept painting probably. I'm sort of afraid to try it again for fear I can't paint. It's like when I tried to play the piano again and couldn't, because I took like 12 years of music and played the piano. And I played mostly Sorry, I swallowed down the wrong hole. It's not Corona. Almost choked myself. Yeah, what was I saying? See, all it takes is choking yourself to death, and then you can't think of what you're saying. Oh, the piano. Yeah. I played, Sue can tell you, I drummed out Malaguena on the piano so loud sometimes, and so when I'd get mad, that's what I'd play. But yeah, but then I didn't play since from when I left home, went to nurses training. I didn't play from then till I was married the second time, and he had 2 children. His daughter brought in a piano. Her mother died. My husband's first wife died, and she brought the piano to our house. And I thought I'd just be able to sit right down the piano and start playing. And I sat down, and I couldn't even reach an octave with my hands. That was the first problem. And I'm sure that would have come back, but I just couldn't even think about some of the things I could have drummed out on the piano without any music or anything. I just couldn't do it. My fingers weren't working right. It was a horrible discovery. It might have helped if I had all my old music. I don't know what happened to any of that. That old music. We probably sold that, Sue. We probably sold all that old music when we did Mom's estate sales. Probably. Oh, my sister says I drummed out on the piano really hard. She says, especially when me and Bill, that was my boyfriend at the time, had a fight. Yeah, when I'd get mad, that's what I'd do. Yeah, but that sort of went by the wayside. And that's sort of what I'm afraid the painting would be. But I don't know, maybe it'd be different. I don't see near as well. I wear glasses now. I didn't wear glasses back then. Sometime, maybe tomorrow, because it's in the other room where I do my my regular what sold videos, which is tomorrow on Sunday at 4:00. I have a picture, a portrait that was done of me when I was in my 20s, probably late 20s. I was in the art league, and there was one of the members of the art league did pastel portraits, and he did a portrait of me, and I framed it, and it's been on my walls for all those years. I've moved it from house to house, and yeah, it's in there. So I will show it if I think about it. I'll show it tomorrow, what I looked like back then when I was in my 20s. All those hidden talents. Don't ever be afraid. Try again. Yeah, it's just me and Dexter here. That's true. That's what I think when I think maybe I should, when I put this disco music on, I should dance. I used to love to dance, you know, go out to the clubs and dance. So that's how I should get my exercise. I don't think that Dexter would mind. He'd probably think I was crazy. Oh, so what's everybody else doing that's staying in? I decided that scratching my face, since it's just me, nobody else, my hands are clean. I do still wash them a lot, especially if I go outside, just in the yard. I'm still touching things, or if I get the mail or whatever. But other than that, I'm not going to think about it too much, or else even talking about it. And I'm telling you, It's a psychological thing. My sister says, "Good Lord, don't dance and fall and break a hip." No, I'll try not to. Yeah, that's the last place I want to be, is in a hospital. So many germs. Yeah. My daughter, let me tell you, this sounds awful, but my daughter, the last time I was in the hospital, remember Sue? My daughter wouldn't come to the hospital. She is sort of a germaphobe. I told her she better change her tune. If I ever have to go into the hospital again, I can still change my will. She better change her tune about that. She can wear a mask. It's okay. Anyway, they're not letting anybody in the hospitals now anyway. Hopefully that's only going to last not forever. Pray to God, everybody. Yeah, I'm being really careful when I go up and down steps and when I go outside. Yeah. Usually, the couple times I've fallen and hurting my knee, those are the only couple times I've fallen in years and years and years. And both of those times I tripped over something. So you have to pick up your feet. I think you drag your feet more when you're older. So I'm conscious of picking up my feet more. So I will probably be on here for little talks. I don't want to stay on too long because I just want to do short little videos. I told my sister, not Sue, I told my daughter that I was going to try to do these, more often. She says, for heaven's sakes, make them short. People don't want to sit and listen to long videos. So I am going to make them short, like 15-minute videos are the ones that people, I think they said, listen to more often. 15, 20-minute videos. Yeah. Don't step off the edge of your big deck. Yeah, the little bit of deck I have. Yeah, he left that to the side. I could have a terrible accident right there, but I know, I'm pretty conscious of that. I stuck a garbage can in there too, so that I can't really go that way. Yeah, so I will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock on about the few things I sold. It's not very many. It's pretty sad. But it is my fault. I am not listing like I should be. Shame on me. I know. It's just not something that, I suppose if I'd get started, I would be able to do a bunch, but it's just getting started. But maybe I'll try to do that now. But I will be on tomorrow, and I will see you all then. Come back. And I'm going to go in. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go in and edit that other video that I made today and yesterday. And it's about, mostly about horses in my garden and birds and things like that. Unrelated to reselling. So I will be on, though, for a What Sold video tomorrow. A live one. So see you then. Thank you for coming to be with me. Bye.